All right, I guess we are live. Yes, it's Jeremiah Augustine with a beard and a little afro growing and a little smart looking glasses with a cap that says one up. But yeah, I figured where would be the best place to get the best help in trying to create a Kemper profile for myself and on a one-of-a-kind prototype amplifier that I am trying to create and build to market in the world via Augustine on my own or with another company. But really wanting to have, I've been spending the past week and a half doing Kemper profiles, and this should actually be labeled Kemper Profile Update 4. But I figure let's ask the group. I know John Barry on here has been really cool with me and my shenanigans of postings and then dropping all kinds of videos on here. And but I figure you guys would be the most realist and the most honest with profiles. And again, I'm wanting to create Kemper profile packs for you guys, and I do want to sell them. But I want people to actually enjoy what they buy as far as a Kemper profile. And I don't want to be like, well, you got to buy it. And, and if you don't like it, tough, which has happened to me a lot of times. So I figure might as well just get it up here where the Kemper family lives to do it, And what I'm looking for, mainly in the metal to like rock, the genres that use distortion. I'd love for people to be able to try some of the profiles that I have. And honestly, thus far, I have profiled the amp with my white single 12 Mesa cabinet with a vintage 30 in it. I've done it with another Mesa Boogie ported single 12 cabinet with vintage 30s. I've also did the Omega cabinet, the custom cabinet from Powered by Omega, with the Legend, Eminence Legend. I think it was V128. And then I also did another Omega cabinet with, what's up, Brandon? How you doing, man? But I did another profile with the Omega with Celestion Vintage 30s in it, just to kind of hear what Celestion sound like on it. I am still on my way down to the open back single 12 cab, my 212 Roadster dual rectifier cab, and my Mesa Boogie 412 vintage 30 cabinet and another Greenback 25 profile. And again, wanting the metal to the rock genre to I'll send you guys an email of the profiles and you guys get back to me what you honestly think and feel about the profiles and what and how it worked for you and in your situation. And I would love the feedback. I also did it on a 1960s lead half stack cabinet with the G1275 Celestion speakers. I think that one sounded brilliant as well. But here's just to give you an idea. Again, in the studio, right now I got the Omega mic'd up, and I did that one already. I have to do my Mesa, the other two Mesas, and the open back cab. But here's the amp, for those of you that haven't seen it in the Kemper world. Okay, and so what I did was I gave you guys 3 different gain stages. Okay, so the first profile, everything on the channel 2 is straight up. My amp has a pull and a bright and a depth or a focus knob for the bass, and the treble has a bright. And then the second profile is with these 2 pulled out. The third profile, I would say, profile of each one that I did was kind of what everybody kind of does with a Marshall. They do the treble scoops. And then profile 4 is again with the focus and the bright switch engaged. But again, I'm keeping everything on the gain stage here, right? And then the next one would be kind of my settings, which is more mid-accentuated for the bite. And then that's profile 5. And then again, profile 6 would be with the depth and the bright switch engaged. And so the same 6 settings on the EQ I did for this gain stage, for that gain stage, and for this gain stage, just for like the rock and roll blues players, wanting to give more tonal options. But again, those 6 EQ reference points with the bright and the depth knob pulled out again. So that's here we go again. So here's 1 again at 3 different gain stages, right? Then 2 is going to be pulled out, okay, again at 3 different gain stages, okay. And then again we got the Marshall somewhat scoop deal going on, okay. And again the same with it pulled. And the last one was more of kind of what I look for when I'm doing my mixes, is the mids up like a treble, and then the depth and the bright switch engaged as well. And again, sorry, the 3 different gain stages. Okay, so straight up, a little more past half, and then less gain. Okay, the presence I left alone because on the Kempers the presence knob does great. I am pushing the power tubes. The volume is halfway. It's a 50 watt 100 watt head, but it's on 100 watts for the profile. Again, I'm pushing the power tubes and running some EC83s in the front of it. So this is a prototype, so I got me my little quick access to change and try different types of tubes in the amp as well. And none of the profiles I used any kind of a reverb on it, because you know you guys are kind of got to make your own, you know, for that. And then also in the beta testing pack that I'll send people, I'll also give you 4 cleans. And again, the clean is going to be EQ straight up. That's 1. The depth and the bright switch engaged on the channel 1 clean. And then more of the number 3 would be more of the, you know, the scoop version as well. And again, the volume's here. And then again, I pull out the depth and the bright switch for the clean. Okay, there is no gain stage on the clean. This is just more headroom the louder I get. So there is no distortion built on my clean channel, and that's why I got that section there for myself. So with that said, please, again, if you are in those, look at that, man. Oh my goodness. So if you guys are in those genres, metal to rock, and I mean, you can have jazz players or whatever, I mean, for the clean channel, but I'm really trying to go for my distortion. Message me in Instagram Messenger, not Instagram, but Messenger, and specify, okay, so what did I do with that amp? I've done, okay, again, last time, I've done 2 Omega cabinets, single 12, one with Eminence Legend V128 speakers. The other one was with a Celestion Vintage 30. And then also I have the Marshall 1960s lead cabinet with the Celestion G12-75 speakers in them. And I did a single 12 Mesa Boogie ported cabinet with Vintage 30s. And also my white single 12 Vintage 30 Mesa cabinet as well, that usually comes with the Mini Mark V. Let me take you on that side to see. You know, so I'm trying to clean up my studio, guys. It's been a crazy moment for Kemper profiling at my house. So this is the Vintage 30. So in retrospect, one more time, for those of you that are instant messaging me for the profiles, specify which cabinet you want and I'll send them to you. So I got the white Mesa Vintage 30. I did the ported Vintage 30 Mesa cab. I did the Omega Eminence Legend V128s. And I did the Marshall, again, G12-75 selection speakers. And the one I did last night was the Vintage 30. So, let me know your guys' thoughts. And I will, I'll go through the messages, check out your guys' profiles. And again, if you guys could do a playthrough video using the profile, if it works for you, if it's good, that'd be great. That'd be awesome. But again, I am trying to market these, so that's why I want just 5 people trying them out. And I got kisses from the wifey. Thank you. So yeah, let me know your thoughts and share this video to people that you might think have Kempers and do metal. And I know, Brandon, you would. I know. You know already, Brandon. And I got Mike Bronze. Thank you, Mike. I will check out your guys' pages and profiles. Again, please don't give them to anybody else if I give them to you for beta testing. And also really want your guys' feedback on the profiles to either redo them. I do have a studio. I can remake them and try and get you something that is usable. But again, it is the amp's color per se, through different speaker cabinets. So hopefully I can try and dial these in before I do sell them. And those of you that I am going to allow to beta test the amp profile, for those of you that help me out on this, I will be sending extra little something for you guys as a thank you from Hawaii. All right, you guys, please share this again. And I don't know, man. Let me know about this beard thing going on, man. Afro grow. And the glasses is just to make me appear to be smarter than I am. Which I am. Unfortunately, I'm not smart.